Amen. When we ask of him, he would give. Count on it. Father, bless your people today wherever they are, oh God. Let your love pervade them. And oh God, let there be a change. Let transformation come to the lives of your people and to this nation. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I pray in Jesus' name, amen and amen.
This is my desire to honor you, Lord, with all my heart. I worship you. All I have within me, I give you praise. All that I adore is in you. Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake, Lord, have your way in me. This is my desire to honor you, Lord, with all my heart. I worship you. All I have within me, I give you praise. All that I adore is in you. Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake, Lord, have your way in me. And I believe for you. And I believe, and I believe for you.
The Wailing Woman Ministry of SVG invites you to join us every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. right here on Nice Radio as we pray for the nation, churches, families, youths, elderly, and salvation of souls. For your prayer request, call 4565967 or 718-734-5615. For further information or prayer, the Wailing Woman Ministry can be contacted at 455-2166. That's 455-2166. It's the Wailing Woman Ministry SPG right here on Nice Radio every Saturday morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Send your contributions to Wailing Woman St. Vincent, P.O. Box 1765, Kingstown, St. Vincent.
Morning Joy. Time for food for the soul. Hallelujah. We start our day right by praising the Lord in gospel song. From the wee hours of the morning to 6:30 a.m. Early morning joy.
Make us one, Father, Spirit, Son.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines International Prayer Line presents The Oneness of God. Tune in on Nice Radio every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., where we expound on the Word of God. Tune in and be blessed.
We want to be just like you. Make us one, Father, Spirit, Son. We want to be just like you.
This is Kingdom Conquest, the international and apostolic voice of the Reverend Ronald Bailey, calling us back to the message and the mission of Jesus Christ, the apostles' doctrine, and the early church, calling everyone into the kingdom of the Almighty God.
The program Kingdom Conquest is being heard every first and third Monday, 8 to 9 p.m. on Nice Radio with Reverend Ron Bailey out of New York.
The SVG Gospel Fest Committee presents Uncle Paul St. John Benefit Concert for Urgent Medical Needs on Sunday, June 9, 2024 at the Faith Temple Church in New Montrose, starting at 5 p.m., featuring some of the best of SVG in gospel music. Sleepy Richards and team, Gideon Sulin, Fidel Taylor, Ronnie Richardson, Pearl McMaster, Nadine Cumberbatch, Kenroy Cruikshank, Rena, Andrews Bascom, Fenton Harry, Stokes Dennis, Holyram Dancers, and the Gospel Festival Band. It's going to be an amazing time of worship at the Faith Temple Church in New Montrose, Sunday, June 9, 2024. We're doing this for Uncle Paul St. John. Come on out and support.
So many people don't know what we going through. Back account empty, yet still I smiling for you.
The ultimate showdown for Junior Panorama Supremacy in 2024 is set for Sunday, June 30th at Victoria Park. Numerous bands will compete fiercely for the prestigious championship title. These bands are working tirelessly to deliver an unforgettable experience, ensuring a fun-filled evening of entertainment from the youngsters to the audience. Junior Panorama 2024 promises an intense and exciting competition, and you won't want to miss it. Join us on Sunday, June 30th at Victoria Park. It's Junior Panorama. Let's go!
Live broadcast of Vincy Mass 2024 is coming to you with the kind compliments of the following.
CK Graves and Company is the number one supermarket, 100% Contention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more Oh yes, we're number one. CK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent John, a supermarket for you and me.
It's back. Yes, the Instacash game bingo is back. You asked for it, and the NLE is giving it to you. Bingo, where there's a chance to win up to $6,000. There's also the new Instacash game, Hot Numbers, with 5 chances where you can win up to $8,000. Get your bingo and Hot Numbers Instacash games at all Lotto agents. Instacash, where there's no waiting in line. You can win on the spot. Instacash, so easy to play.
Enjoy KFC's finger licking good chicken every day. Don't miss out on our crazy daily promotions. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at KFC St. Vincent to keep in the know. Can't make it to a restaurant? Call or WhatsApp us for delivery. Kingston 485-6555. Honnestville 4564122. You can also pre-order and pick up in Kingston at 534-6555. Honnestville 526-4122.
Randy's Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy's Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy's Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
Welcome to Subway, where you can always have it your way. My name is Stacy. What can I make for you?
Hey Stacy, I'll have a chicken teriyaki salad. All veggies, please. And for my daughter Naomi, a pizza. Naomi, what would you like to have on your pizza?
Pepperoni bacon.
They've got tomatoes as well.
Pepperoni bacon.
What about some fresh onions, corn, pineapple?
Pepperoni bacon.
Naomi, you can also have olives, jalapeno, extra meat.
Nope, pepperoni bacon.
Stacy, can I have one chicken teriyaki salad, all veggies please, and a pizza with pepperoni and bacon?
You can have it your way.
Come into our uptown or downtown location today, or order on your favorite delivery app. Subway, have it your way.
Ground control, come in. It's the space station. We have an unidentified object for review. Over.
Go ahead, space station. Object tracking available.
It seems to be.
Go ahead.
It's,
Go ahead, space station.
Okay, I've made my decision. It's a cricket ball.
What?
6. You out of the park and into the sky.
The ICC Men's T20 World Cup.
It's out of this world.
Who's coming already? Who's coming already? Who's coming already? Who's coming already? Ready.
Down you go, boy. Go. No more. Well, this is a big occasion. Cricket World Cup in the region. All eyes on the Caribbean. It's a sporting revolution. So come let we pull together. Give them the West Indian flavor. Make sure it's the best one ever. This World Cup one to remember. We must say thanks to the ICC cause we hosting the World Cup. They go boost we economy so we hosting the World Cup. Jump up, celebrate, make it ready, we hosting the World Cup. Show you ready, they come on volunteer, we hosting the World Cup. Hey. Jump up for Australia, jump up. Pakistan and India, jump up on Kenya. Let me see you jump up.
As the Lord of Mercy, 7:20 is the time. Here and the nice vibes on the Saturday morning. Here and the nice. And this morning, hopefully, Britton Horn will not be in for View from the Outside. Hopefully, we get Ambassador Kingsley Lane. We had a little thing we want to discuss with him this morning. And we take it from there and see what will happen. You know how it is on the nice.
Manitou and mountain chicken. Don't forget when the chicken.
Well, you know, World Cup is in the air, games playing, upsets happening, all kinds of things happening in the air. And Cricket World Cup is in the air. And all kinds of controversies and discussions are taking place.
We putting on our average show. We have such a rich history. And for the team, please don't worry, they'll be hosting the World Cup. Jump up for Sri Lanka, jump up South Africa, Scotland, jump up Zimbabwe and Ireland, jump up, jump up for Bermuda, jump up Netherlands and Canada, jump up West Indies, for we hosting the World Cup.
And this is Beckett's Cricket is We Thing as World Cup cricket dominating the minds of many all around the world. And he right here played in the Caribbean and the USA.
Is we think cricket, my team lose or win. I go in cricket, winning isn't everything. I go in cricket, once you say bat and ball. I go in cricket, ain't no stopping me at all. I go in cricket, why? Cricket is me thing, cricket. 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 Cricket is me thing. 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 Schoolboy or club cricket. I go in cricket. Single or double wicket. I go in cricket. One day test 2020. I go in cricket. You can count on me. I go in cricket. Why? Cricket is me thing. Cricket. Cricket is me thing. Cricket. Cricket is me thing. Cricket.
Well, cricket is we thing, and we think is cricket, and all kind of discussion taking place. And Vincent and the Grenadines got lights now, and that seemed to be bigger than sliced bread, and sliced bread don't even exist anymore because somehow never see come see. You know, they're using, oh boy, St. Vincent not a real place, you know. We're happy to have an upgrade in our stadium and we have lights to play, and we behaving like if we never see lights. And the way the politicians are dealing with lights as if the lights is the elections of 2024, 2025. Could you believe that? Lights is election, elections is light. Light of the world.
In the evening, in night, in morning. Want to finish a cricket, that's my thing. Me not really care about no one of all. No, not at all.
And I got Ambassador Kingsley Lane. Good morning, Kingsley.
Good morning, Dougie. How are you?
I am nice and wonderful, even when it's upside down, inside out, and roundabout. A pleasant Saturday. Good morning. What's the weather like up in your area?
Very pleasant this morning. Looks like it's going to be a good summer's day.
A good summer's day. All right. I love it. I like how you say that. It sounds like a true Elizabethan poet.
Please don't be too generous.
Well, cricket is in the air. Before we get into our thing, we got to say World Cup cricket. You're watching any?
Oh yes, I've been seeing them. I've been seeing all the matches. And they have some early upsets already.
Oh
yes. I looked at one. Just look at last night with Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. But the crowds are a little disappointing in some areas, but we see.
So
Early days yet. Mm-hmm.
all that disposable income.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, me, Canada is doing very well.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Canada, yes.
USA doing well.
Yes, yes. Well, one of the strange things about it, Canada and the United States played one of the first international cricket matches,
Yes,
in the 19th century.
yes.
And they have a tradition of competition between the two countries. Even in football, they played. I mean, a lot of people don't know that the United States once beat England, in a World Cup competition. I think it's 1951 in football.
Yep.
Yes.
So some people think that football came to the United States just recently. Is that what happened? Is that they have targeted soccer as a major sport
Yes.
over the last 30, 40 years or so.
Yeah, well, there's a joke about that in the fact that America speak of having the World Series in baseball and every game they play the World Cup is the world game. But they have come to realize that the only world game is soccer, the game of the people, as Bonketo used to say.
So true.
Yes.
And well, we look forward to see how the upset is. And now, I was just saying a while ago, we upgraded our stadium. We have lights up now. They have been testing the lights, and it seems like the lights now is elections.
Yeah, well, let there be a light to lighten the Gentiles.
I'm telling you, we'll never see come. See, it was beautiful to have the lights because we get the upgrade. We could play night games and so forth. But
well, listen, you live in a world that is moving forward. Certain things have become the norm now. Things like floodlights and so on in sports stadiums. The norm now. Big thing.
Yeah. Like when telephones just came in, everybody was crazy over having a mobile phone, and because the rest of the world had mobile phones, and suddenly that is just a norm.
Well, the first users of mobile phone in St. Vincent, the other fella used to be in the market on Saturday morning. He have his thing, he have a thing in his hand, something like a sardine can, and he punching in numbers and talking. Was a stone crazy man. There's a man who came back from England, and he said he used to walk in the transport system as a tallier. So he there and he talking to this thing. Crazy man. We used to laugh at him, but that is no reality. Everybody, if you don't have a phone, you're not alive.
All right. Well, in the interest of time, I want to play something that you did. So if you just listen up.
The late Conrad Charles, who we commit to his final earthly journey today, was a true Vincentian. Coming from humble beginnings in Morgan's Willwood, he forged a livelihood in many faceted ways available to people of his state of life. Tradesman, farmhand, driver, and utility serviceman, wherever the opportunities presented in themselves. There was, however, a common and durable trait, which for someone of his background made him a truly exceptional individual. His main interest was politics as a means of advancing the well-being of the masses of Vincentian people. He was the embodiment of the oral history of our political struggles and evolution. From the first election under universal adult suffrage in 1951 to our last election in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. at various stages. He was a devoted collaborator with all the significant political players who strove for the elevation of people's lives. George Charles, E.T. Joshua, James Mitchell, et al. Once he perceived that you were working for the advancement of underprivileged people, he was an ally, and some felt he was an ally. We thank God for the long life of Father Charles. He was my relative, marriage to my dear relative, Carmen Dean. My sympathy to his extended family, and may he rest in eternal peace.
So there we are. Could you give us a little more background about Conrad Charles?
Oh, yes. A very interesting and ubiquitous character, deeply concerned in politics as a means, as I said, of advancing people. He could not keep quiet when there's an election. He, in his 90s, he couldn't keep quiet. Always with a good story about the early struggles of our people. He and another gentleman who I met during my campaigns in West St. George, he told me that he participated in every election that was available to ordinary people in St. Vincent from the days of the 8th Army right up to the series. He was quite a character. Of course, quite a character indeed. And knowing him was both fun and history. And as I said before, his motive, his driving force was advancement and improvement for people. Indeed, may he rest in peace.
But there are a lot of persons who contributed a lot of stuff, foundational stuff to the political landscape, hence the socio-economic development of the country. His involvement, what sort of impact you believe that he had on this landscape of ours?
Well, I think he is one of the so-called unheralded participants in our political and democratic evolution. In every village, you have a Conrad Charles. They are women, men, and women. I remember a number of ladies, including May Dublin in Chateaubriand, and this lady from Paul's, that I think is Miss Lewis. She was always with Josh. You have George Owen Walker, and these people were devoted in a way that is almost religious. They were like priests in the religion, always available, and they had no means of their own in terms of finances and so on, but they gave what they could, their time and their enthusiasm. I don't think that. Well, we have a lot of works written by various authors about political this and political that, and their names should be remembered because they have written down something. But the unlettered soldiers, the foot soldiers, like the great set of people from the greatest generation who landed in Normandy yesterday on the 80th anniversary ago, these people are the unlettered heroes of our day. And every time we are able to go and vote, every time we discuss political issues, we must remember those pioneers who gave of their best but got no recognition because they were just little Joe Janjo. Nobody paid attention to them. To me, they are the heroes of democracy.
Yeah, well, in the context of where we are, the journey where we are today, as of yesteryear. I remember an incident you spoke about Owen Walker, right? And I remember an incident where there was the guys like had the henchmen of political parties and so forth. And I think Monty Eustace and Bones Bonady were in a car somewhere down in Kittles, and somebody shot at the car. And J.L. Eustace, Monty's father, was J.L. in it?
Yeah, Joseph Lambert.
Yeah. Owen Walker was on a political platform in Layou, his hometown. And J.L. Eustace went down to Layou to confront Owen. And actually, you know, Joel is a short man and Owen is a very tall man.
Yes, Owen was a tall man, yeah.
And apparently he had some coins in his hand, you know, how they used to wrap coins, you know, to have them. And he struck Owen and floor him.
Yes. That was the blunt edge of our political engagement sometimes. Yes, indeed. Temper flare.
He accused him of setting up where it is whoever shot at the car. But I think it was Burns, and I must ask Monty that, or Burns. I think it was Burns and Monty was in the vehicle.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Burns in his own right has been around the game for a long time now. He's a Conway Charles in a way. He's been around for a long time.
Well, he's been involved in many things.
Oh yes, indeed. Well, he was a trailblazer in the regional trade union movement, and his tenure will always be remembered. So indeed,
so true.
The Caribbean Congress of Labor.
I just wanted to touch that, but there's one thing I want to touch with, because we're gonna run out of time just now, and it's let me play this.
That's moving closer to China. It's the whole of the Caribbean. I mean,
it's the whole
investment
world.
from China has gone up many folds.
But so
in
is the
last
whole
few
world.
years.
If I look correctly, I think the Chinese hold a large percentage of assets within the United States of America, and a large amount of their treasuries as well. So for you to focus on the Caribbean or Africa with China without recognizing the role that China is playing in Europe or in the North Atlantic countries is a bit disingenuous, and really reflects more that we are seen as pawns, regrettably, rather than countries with equal capacity to determine our destiny and to be part and parcel of that global conversation to fight the global issues of the day, like climate and the pandemic.
All right, well, that's put me in my place, hasn't
No,
it?
not at
Prime
all,
Minister
Zidane.
Mia Mottley. Thank you.
I play that because that was a clip that was I think it was 2003 2022 I think it was with from CNN, and the issue of China's role in the region. And you know there's a toss up with respect to who's supporting Taiwan and who's supporting China, and for what reason. How you see China's position in the region?
Well, first of all, the Prime Minister of Barbados has once again spoken wisely. The role of China in the world today cannot be overlooked. China is undoubtedly and unquestionably the number 2 world superpower, and not only in terms of its population, and they have recently been overtaken in that regard by India.
Yeah.
But in terms of its economy, where they are the world's largest exporter of manufactured goods, and they are, I think, the second largest importer of goods, if not the largest. So China is a superpower, not only in terms of military might, and they have the world's largest army in terms of boots on the ground, but they also are a military and economic power, unlike the Soviet Union before them. Yes, China, and it has a system of government which you can say what you want, we can say what we want. The Chinese tell you, we are a Marxist socialist country, and they refer to themselves as socialism, Marxism, socialism, with Chinese characteristics, whatever it is. In that regard, the Communist Party is the sole and the only legal political entity in the country. So when we go and criticize them for having elections as along Western lines and so on, they don't bother you because they don't have that system. So when they go and you hear the chairman is elected every 5 years, almost with unanimity, that is the system they have.
So there's no pretense of pretending to be democratic like Venezuela and other countries who say they are democratic and they have elections and pretending to persons that they but basically are practicing something on the different side.
Sometimes they tell you when you criticize them about elections, say, listen, we have our system and it works perfectly. You have your system, and every time you have your election, you have big issues in the court or other ways as we all trying to maintain victory by doing things that not constitutional and not taken, but we have no bones about it. There was a time Saddam Hussein, the guy of late, he had over 90-something% of the vote, and he sent his goons to look for the 0.2% or so who didn't vote for him. Unanimity means 103% for them. Yes, but we are in St. Vincent the Grenadines. Since there's a joke about our celebrations over the years, I think when we got independence, we invited the People's Democratic Republic of Korea to attend our independence celebration because we hear People's Democratic Republic. But what they really did was to invite North Korea and realize the mistake after independence. I know about that because I was the sort of liaison man for that delegation. We didn't mean to go and associate with the communists of North, but they'll call it People's Democratic Republic of Korea. So we got hooked in that. But in our post-independence diplomacy, we have recognized consistently Taiwan, and we have been confronted at times by the representatives of the People's Republic. In my own time, when confronted about that, because, China, like most of the big countries, would have a big banquet or something or breakfast for the delegations before the UN General Assembly. So the permanent rep was making the statement that China has suffered for many years, great humiliations for a great country. But that has ended with the 1949 revolution of Mao Zedong. And China remembers her friends. And after a pause, he said, and also its enemies. So when we had occasion to have a tete-a-tete afterwards, I told him, the ambassador, I say, Ambassador, my country shares your views. We always remember our friends and those who are not so friendly. But in relation to your country, we have no such issue. I want you to know, as I'm always directed to do by my government, we are friends of the Chinese people. And we recognize that there are some internal disputes between the Chinese. We are friends of the Chinese people. We don't think we have a right to get involved in any interference in China. When you would have solved whatever issues you deem to be yours, we will remain friends of the Chinese people. But we're not getting in. Our resources don't allow us to be fighting those kind of battles there. So we have been consistent with Taiwan over the years, and we are greatly respected for it. We haven't done like some people who are like political kangaroos. They join China today, the People's Republic today, and before you wink, you offer them some little trip for some minister or something or the other. They got back to Taiwan. But the People's Republic, through schemes like the Belt and Road Initiative, they are investing amount of like $80 billion a year in development in all parts of the world. I think it's about 120 countries who are now involved in it. And it is bringing development and opening up a lot of areas, infrastructure wise and so on, in many neglected countries. And they are a formidable force indeed. So Prime Minister Mia Mottley has spoken well, and she confronts people like an interviewer there with realistic facts. Oh, what? We don't have the right to go and seek our best interest where we seek it, provided it comes back to the people and the people benefit from it.
But would you say that sometimes just like Cuba, just like Venezuela, just like Russia, that they do some things that really could embarrass democracy and persons who are aligned. Take, for instance, recently in Hong Kong, because of the insurrection, or the protests against what took place in the transition from England to back to China with Hong Kong. They recently hung 8 or 10 persons because they were involved in the major protests.
Yes, I heard about the news, and I had the opportunity to visit Hong Kong uh, in the year, I think it was 1990, in the late 1990s, just before the handing over. And there was a rush to get out of the country, to get another form of national identity. A lot of them went to live in the UK, and others went elsewhere. But make no bones about it, uh, the British did what they had to do on the law, which is to recognize the expiration of the agreement by which Hong Kong was ceded. And from the time Hong Kong returned, although they promised one country, two systems, they're not prepared to tolerate opposition in the way that we do. You're either with us or you're down. And that is the nature of their regime. Let us look also at the historic diverse nature of that country. I am one of the people who I am hard pressed to see. I am aware of their human rights shortcomings, and not shortcomings and other things, but they have put all their resources in unifying the country and having it under the control of the Chinese Communist Party, and backed up by the People's Revolutionary, the People's Army. So what other? China is a diverse country. I think they have over 100 languages around the place. You go around one corner, it's a different dialect, a different this. So you must have had a strong central body to.
But tell me something, Ambassador Lane, Kingsley. You mentioned over 100 languages. Africa has multiple languages, but they still can unite under one flag.
Yes, indeed. We have the experience in Africa has been historically exploitative, and and sometimes, I mean, the meeting of the two cultures of the West and the cultures of Africa, the ancient cultures of Africa, has often brought about decimation of our ancestors back down there. And it's this time that we get in the tradition of Julius Nyerere and Nelson Mandela and so on, that we need some heroes in Africa. Not liberation, just like in the mold, because that is not the nature of the struggle today. The nature of the struggle today in Africa is consolidation and proper government of what you have. Like, for example, South Africa, a lot of people forget it. It is the most developed and sophisticated economy in Africa. But always it was developed under apartheid in a very divisive way. You had slaves and you had masters. Now it is the time, after 30 years of freedom under the ANC, we just noticed that this last election here, for the first time, the ANC lost its absolute majority and is now forced to do what many parties in democracy have had to do. Find a partner who is willing to share in a coalition government with you on the agreement of certain broad-based principles. So this is the modern challenge of Africa. Africa has its independence. You have over nearly 100 more independent countries in Africa. You must now consolidate that independence so that it redounds to the people in the country. Yes. So that is the challenge in Africa.
But let's just quickly go to, as you mentioned, Hong Kong, and with the changeover in the regime. It is the was the driving force for the CBI programs, because knowing that by a certain time that England had to send back the country back to China, put it back to China. 40 years before that, Hong Kong people were preparing to take up residence in other countries, knowing the Chinese modus operandi with respect to their governance. I mean, notwithstanding that China has two systems of governance with the most favored nation since Nixon, when they wanted that position, that they have now an economic government and they have a communist government on the political front, but they have their own economic government. So coming out of the Hong Kong experience and knowing, looking back 40 years now, coming into the future where we are today, CBI, Citizen by Investment Program, that had started the negotiation with countries for this kinds of relationship. We see now in this country of ours, the Prime Minister, to me, in arrogance, ignorance, and stupidity. That's my adjectives. And I am not asking you to speak like me because you are an ambassador. I am not. I shoot from the hip. Me not sell passport, but the origin of Prime Minister Gonzalez is Portugal. Portugal now this week has passed a law for a CBI program. What are your comments on that?
Well, what is commonly called today the CBI, Citizens by Investment Program. These programs have existed from time immemorial, It has happened in the United Kingdom, in the United States. If you are able to invest a certain amount, significant amount, which would help economic activity in the country, you easily get a visa. You get citizenship, you get all of those things. That has been going on in the United States, the United Kingdom, and many other countries. We have now popularized it because of our limited scope of things, and we have made a big thing about it. But as far as I'm aware, people from other countries have been getting passports in many of our countries without a formal program for a long time. What they have done in places like St. Kitts and others, they have formalized it. They have been formalized it so that there is a formal government program by which it is done, because they were coming under increasing scrutiny by international players. And so you have today the CBI, which is, you could say, almost, it's getting a little crowded now. So those who went in earlier got the best berries, and we see that. But I do not think that saying that you're not in the CBI and so on precludes the issue of the benefits of the CBI, or also the benefits that come to it.
But quickly, in the interest of time, when you look around of the debt burden that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has, and every Monday morning we are borrowing heavy sums of money, even for the upgrading of the cricket stadium. Some $38 to $50 million had to be borrowed to get this done. But when you look at St. Kitts and even Grenada, which came in late and has earned some $200 million per year, it means that their infrastructural development is not a burden to taxpayers. We have taken NIS monies to build a hotel and then increasing the contribution and also the age that pensioners receive their pension, which becomes a burden because we have mismanaged and utilized funds. If we had the program, we probably would be able to invest in the NIS system instead of taking out from the NIS system.
Absolutely. Now, at the risk of sounding a little simplistic, running a country is something that is just a bigger scale of what our ladies and our we call them the ladies in our home do every month and almost every week. Decide how to spend the resources, the limited resources they have, for the greatest benefit. You understand?
Because they're domestic economists.
Yes, they are the original economists, you know. Our housewives, our ladies who go down to the market and keep us fed. It is a magic money, but you see, when you bring it to the scale of government, I recall there's a famous joke in England that the last government of Gordon Brown, they left a note in the treasury saying there is no money left. All right, be that as it may, it might be British humor or whatever it is, but it is a deliberate policy on the part of some governments that to ensnare the country in such debt with limited productive activity that whoever succeeds them is their hands are tied. You have to pay back the debts that they use opportunistically to set up opportunities for themselves politically. And the people are the arbiters of this kind of thing. It is the citizen who has to face the reality of the extension of the benefit period for retired people, etc. They are the ones who feel that every day. The actual election is just an exercise, you know, just an exercise every day, you know, to which everything is funneled. But you have to live with that. And it is on that basis that people in democracies where we, thank God, you have the ability to vote, are able to make decisions. Do we really want this? You want to tell me I just go down the road and I jump up and fret up and wind up, and that is where I'm going to commit my well-being for 5 years? They are de-escalating the position of the citizen. It is people must look and learn. When the country faces situations, your rights are being eroded and this and that. It ain't happening now. It happens on election day. When you go to the polls, that is why, in the tradition of what we have achieved at the emancipation of slavery, the introduction of universal adult suffrage and independence, These are the fruits of labor and struggle for many years. We must protect the franchise. There must be no question about the fairness of our election. Every election in our country and in many similar place countries, you're quarreling about. You have to go to get justice to the courts. And unfortunately, a number of people are losing respect and confidence in our legal system, which is another serious matter. We have to ensure the sanctity of elections. You go and get a man to drink and get him happy and put his hand in and put your hand in it and go and
Kingsley,
vote.
I would have to leave you there. I'm after 8 o'clock now.
Yes,
but
I know.
We will continue our conversation another time when we get a slot.
Well,
all right?
Provided I am available, I will always be willing to speak to
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, God bless. All right. All right. So that was Ex-Ambassador Kingsley Lane with me this morning. I hope you enjoy our conversation in absence of Brittany Horn with a view from the outside. We got news and sports coming up. Stay tuned tonight.
Randy's Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy's Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy's Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
We would like to say that Captain Bligh XO aged rum is the best rum in the world. And now we can. Voted the world's best rum at the World Rum Awards 2014, Captain Bligh XO aged rum. World class in a glass.
This moment is all that I've been dreaming of. Well, focus.
Join the vibes for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in the Party Stand. Enjoy live performances by top artists, the hottest DJs, and so much more. Get your tickets today from Korea City Store, Kingstown. ICC Men's T20 World Cup, the vibes in the Party Stand. It's going to be out of this world. Get your tickets now.
Nice Radio's news highlights is coming to you with the compliments of the following.
Looking for financial support? At the SVG Police Credit Union, PCCU, we offer a range of loans to meet your needs. Whether it's our disaster loan for emergencies, the Just for Dad Father's Day loan, or our carnival loan for the festivities, the PCCU is here for you. Join PCCU today. You don't have to be a police officer to be a member. Walk in and talk to a loans officer with no appointments necessary and enjoy same-day approval. Benefit from low interest rates and flexible repayments. Take the first steps towards your financial goals with PCCU. Visit us at any branch today. Terms and conditions apply. The SVG Police Credit Union, towards a sustainable financial future.
Shop at Lanes, where you come first. For value and quality you can trust. Lanes. For home hardware, fashion and more. The best prices at every store. A warm fancy welcome is waiting for you. At Lane's your family store for value.
Good day. You're listening to Nice Radio's News and Sports Highlights. Dougie the Freight is presenting this Saturday morning. And the New Democratic Party will be hosting a public meeting in the Diamond area, a joint meeting between South Windward and East St. George. They say that it is an important meeting as to bring people in the area up to date with respect to where the country is at, all the issues affecting the country. Dr. Friday is taking up a space in the head of Prime Minister Gonzalez, rent-free. So says caretaker of Maricopa constituency, Bernard Wiley, who made the statement while addressing the issue of Dr. Friday's citizenship raised by Gonzalez. And here is, I apologize there, I'm somehow this thing just disappeared from me here on the computer. What is this? Okay, here it is. Here is Wiley.
And it seems like the Prime Minister is not sleeping in the night because it seems like Dr. Friday is like a bomb in his head. And now he's moving from one issue to the other, and Friday this, Friday that, and Friday the other. But my people, I would say one point on that, because we're going to discuss it further on. The pollsters for the Prime Minister is telling him that Dr. Friday is the man in the country that the people are looking at, and that is turning him crazy. That is turning him crazy. He has his posters on the ground, and they are informing him of the shift in the country, and that is driving he and his colleagues crazy.
That's Bernard Wiley. The Ministry of Police Service, Consumers Affairs and Sports will celebrate Public Service Week of activities from June 17th to the 23rd, 2024. This year, the week will be celebrated under the theme, Fostering Innovation Amid Global Challenges, a Public Sector Perspective. The week of activities include Public Service Rally Expo on June 17th at Heritage Square, Ministerial Internship Program June 18th to 19th, Public Service Recognition on June 20th, Public Service Speaking Competition on the 21st, and a church service across the nation on June 23rd. Work is in progress. A space in the Maricopa Civic Center. Official says the project is ahead of November 2024 completion date. The modern facility will replace the old Maricopa Community Hall with added functions and more space. It is designed to offer more training in certain fields, provide offices, meeting rooms, and an auditorium with functioning as an emergency shelter. The estimated cost is around $6 million EC. Upgrading the tourism product, the National Parks Authority, in conjunction with SVG Conservation Fund, has done extensive work on a number of projects, including Dark View Valley and Ovia Salt Pond. We hear more from Rudisha Tanis, Acting Director of National Parks.
Well, shortly after the eruption in 2001, in December 2001, we got a grant from the SVG Conservation Fund. And the grant focused on rehabilitation for the Ovia Salt Pond as well as the Dark View Falls, both sides on different extremes of the island. And the grant really enabled us to be able to do rehabilitation in the form of looking at the site infrastructure, as well as doing work, looking at the plans, in terms of doing some pruning, which was very much needed after the eruption, and getting the site cleaned, because with the large amount of ash that was on the ground, it took a significant amount of work to get it done. The grant was approximately for $201,000 EC, and what we did here at the Ovia Salt Pond mostly focused on power washing the buildings, because there was a significant amount of ash on the roofs and even, the staircase and so forth going down to the pond, so we had to have that removed. And once that was completed, then we started to look at the buildings. We had to do some repairs on the roof because of the ash again. And also we would have returfed the entire picnic area because the grass was a mixture of sand and grass.
Prime Minister Gonzalez has refuted claims by the Public Service Union, the PSU, that the medical health emergency was still in effect, even though the World Health Organization, WHO, has declared that the COVID-19 pandemic is over. At a press conference on June 3rd, Prime Minister Gonzalez spoke of hearing a murmur that the public health emergency was still in effect. It is not in effect, he declared. Total of 34 representatives from across local business sector will hone their skills in financial management at a one-week record-keeping workshop organized by CED. The Financial Management Module 1 workshop entitled An Introduction to Record Keeping is scheduled to take place on the 10th to the 14th of June, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Methodist Church Hall in Kingstown. Tickets are sold out for an event dubbed Jazz from St. Vincent with Love to be held today, Saturday, to raise funds for Dame Susan Foundation for Girls. This according to the Governor General of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Her Excellency Dame Susan Duggan. Dame Susan Duggan says the foundation was started in 2023 to assist young girls who have become school dropouts, to reintegrate them back into school system, and to continue to assist them in attaining their educational certificate. It starts at 5:30 p.m. at Government House. Rural Carnival activities will continue this weekend when the South Leeward Carnival Committee holds a number of activities. And according to the president of the South Leeward Carnival Committee, Jules Morgan, this weekend Vinci Mars 2024 program kicks into full gear. Last evening, the Onto Calypso tent was in Cumberland with Dr. Alison Beckett Cyrus and Poser as their guest artists. It was a successful event. And also in the North Leeward area, the soca competition took place last evening with 24 persons participating in that event. We don't have the results of that as yet. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force informs the public that the funeral service of the late Vandy Bruce, Corporal of Police 118, takes place tomorrow, Sunday, June 9th, at the Lourdes Deliverance Church from 11 a.m. The police force also announces that the conclusion of the 91st National Firearms Amnesty NFA 2024, which commenced March 1st, 2024, and concluded May 31st, 2024. During this period, a total of 18 firearms and 337 rounds of ammunition were surrendered by individuals possessing illegal firearms. The details of the items are available from the police. We won't go into that details. On June 6, 2024, police arrested and charged Christopher Isaacs, a 54-year-old resident of Camden Park, with the offense of damage to property. According to investigation, the accused allegedly, without lawful excuse, damaged a rear window of a motor vehicle HX64, valued at $800 EC, by striking same with his hand. The offense allegedly occurred June 5th. Isaac appears at the Kingston Magistrate Court June 6, where he pleaded guilty, was fined $1,000 to be paid in 1 month or face 3 months imprisonment. In the region, in Guyana, the government is taking strong action against gold smugglers in light of the noticeable decrease in gold declarations to the Guyana Gold Board, the GGB. The law enforcement arm of the government is cracking down on those who are avoiding taxes through gold smuggling. Vice President Dr. Barajadio expressed the government's concern during the press conference yesterday. In Trinidad, the IMF has issued a call to action regarding Trinidad and Tobago's ongoing foreign exchange challenges, emphasizing that resolving these shortages must be a top priority for this country. And to tackle this situation, the IMF executive directors are calling for an improvement in the way the foreign currency is distributed and exchanged on the market. In Barbados, some taxi operators at the Grantley Adam International Airport said they are not receiving a fair share of the pie of increased visitors for the International Cricket Council's Men T20 World Cup. President of the Airport Taxi Association, Anthony Harewood, says most of the business is going to outsiders, who of which have been presumably pre-booking by the hotels. He lamented the very few passengers who are coming out their arrival halls get taxis to their destination. In St. Lucia early yesterday, 2 men broke into a residence of a police officer, resulting in a fatal confrontation. The officer shot one of the intruders, who later succumbed to his injuries, while the other suspect managed to escape. The deceased individual was armed with a .40 pistol, which has been recovered by the authorities. Details of the incident are still emerging. There are no further updates on this matter from View 4. In Antigua, trade unions in Antigua and Barbuda are calling for the International Labour Organization, ILO, to offer more support to workers' organizations to help improve their capacity to make strong contributions to the development and implementation of the international labor standards. Representatives of the Antigua and Barbuda Workers Union, ABW, and the Trade Unions Labor Union, ATNLU, and the Antigua and Barbuda Public Service Association, ABPSA, last week met with the ILO Director for the Caribbean, Dr. Joni Mustayababana, to discuss challenges and explore solutions to strengthen their participation in the process. In the BVI, Acting Chief Education Officer Orlando Crabb issued a press release informing the public that schools were reopened face-to-face classes yesterday, including Ivan Dawson Primary School. The Department of Disaster Management, DDM, advised the closure of all public schools in the territory 6 June to heavy rainfall. This was done to ensure public safety. A leader of the opposition in the Bahamas from the House of Assembly have some issues of which we bring this to you.
Topping news tonight, quite the scene on the floor of the House of Assembly today as the leader of the official opposition was removed after a face-off with the Speaker of the House of Assembly. Neither side backing down as they both sought to make their point during the ongoing 2024-2025 budget debate. Linked arm in arm with his colleagues, Pintard was eventually escorted outside by police. He initially stood on a point of order to challenge Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith's claim about works in Grand Bahama, but House Speaker Patricia DeVoe thought Pintard overstayed his welcome.
American Airlines Flight 850 from Miami to Kingston, Jamaica veered off the runway at Norman Manley International Airport amid heavy rain on Thursday night. The aeroplane landed around 9:35 p.m., which was 1 hour and 46 minutes later than it had been initially scheduled to arrive. The late arrival was reported due to delays in Miami International Airport. The incident reported left the aircraft with the damage to its engines, landing lights, and other components. The extent of the injuries to passengers remain unclear. In the USA, 2 top aides of former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty Friday to charges accusing them of trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Arizona. Former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and former Trump campaign member Michael Roman were arraigned in the Maricopa County on Friday morning. The two appeared virtually in separate hearings where they entered not guilty pleas to 9 felony counts, including conspiracy, forgery, and fraud. Meanwhile, the U.S. Coast Guard said it had floated more than 4,800 pounds of cocaine worth over $63 million at a port in Florida on Thursday, 2 days after officials said the Coast Guard officers fired at a sank a speedboat suspected of smuggling drugs in the Caribbean Sea. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak apologized on Friday for missing a portion of Thursday's D-Day ceremony in France to return to Britain for a television interview. Sunak says in a post on X that he returned to Britain after a British event in Normandy and said it was a mistake not to stay in France longer. This anniversary should be about those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. He said, "The last thing I want is for the commemoration to be overshadowed by politics." In Africa, Nigeria's federal government has announced that it will acquire a maximum of 3.5 million power meters by the end of 2024 to improve the increase of revenue collection.
The Nigeria's federal government said it will acquire a maximum of 3.5 million power meters by the end of 2024 in a move to increase revenue collection in the West African state. The country's Ministry of Power, through its Cabinet Secretary Adebayo Adilabu, announced this, echoing recent resolution by the government to purchase over 10 million meters in the next 5 years. This will cost the government a total of $946 million. Nigeria has been experiencing acute power shortage in recent years. The government of President Tinubu had promised to solve this stalemate. Nigerians have been complaining about the electricity payment systems, with over 7 million households out of 13 million lacking these meters. The energy regulator said they had received thousands of complaints from various households last year alone, amounting to over 57% of the complaints. The government had also promised to source these meters both locally and internationally.
In the Middle East, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is to address a joint session of Congress on July 24th amid strained relations between Israel leader and President Joe Biden as they feud over Middle Eastern countries' war in the Gaza. U.S. congressional leaders formally invited the Israeli leader in a letter Thursday, more than a week after the House Speaker Mike Johnson announced that Netanyahu would speak at the Capitol. Finally, Indian opposition leader Rahul Gandhi has demanded an investigation into a market crash that hit investors at the end of the general elections. He accused top Janta Party BJP leader of making misleading predictions about stock prices surging after June 4th, the day the results were announced. Mr. Gandhi from the Congress Party claimed that Prime Minister Narendra Modi encouraged people to buy stocks before this, which led to them losing money when the market crashed. Mr. Modi's party, the BJP, has denied any allegations. That's the news highlights. Dougie Freitas presenting. Sports coming up. It is 8:23.
Ground control, come in. It's the space station. We have an unidentified object for review. Over.
Go ahead, space station. Object tracking available.
It seems to be.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead, space station.
Okay, I've made my decision. It's a cricket ball.
Oh, what?
6. You out of the park and into the sky.
The ICC Men's T20 World Cup.
It's out of this world. And now for the latest in sports, sponsored by the following.
Looking for financial support? At the SVG Police Credit Union, PCCU, we offer a range of loans to meet your needs. Whether it's our disaster loan for emergencies, the Just for Dad Father's Day loan, or our carnival loan for the festivities, the PCCU is here for you. Join PCCU today. You don't have to be a police officer to be a member. Walk in and talk to a loans officer with no appointments necessary and enjoy same-day approval. Benefit from low interest rates and flexible repayments. Take the first steps towards your financial goals with PCCU. Visit us at any branch today. Terms and conditions apply. The SVG Police Credit Union, towards a sustainable financial future.
Looking for sporting gear for all sports? Well, there's only one place to shop. ComSport. ComSport supplies gear for cricket, soccer, netball, table and lawn tennis, track and field, and more. ComSport provides brand name soccer shoes, socks, shin guards, balls, slippers, goalkeeper gloves, and many more accessories. Plus uniforms, complete with tops, shorts, socks, and numbers. Also in stock, cricket gear, balls, pads, shoes with spikes, batting gloves, netball shoes, balls, and bibs. And to top it off, ComSport has introduced a new line of trophies for all events. It's located in the Computech building on the second floor, opposite the financial complex on Bay Street, Kingstown. For more information, call 456-2691. That's 456-2691. ComSport.
CK Graves and Company is the number one supermarket, 100% intention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always say by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one. CK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent Johns, a supermarket for you and me.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue. Furtis, Lily's, Mitsubishi. Manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM and international standards. Tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets. Legitimate sheet and core sizes. Virgin pulp, no recycled. Soft but not lightweight. Professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Vertis, Lilies, Mitushi. Excellent Vincentian products.
It's back. Yes, the Instacash game bingo is back. You asked for it, and the NLE is giving it to you. Bingo, where there's a chance to win up to $6,000. There's also the new Instacash game, Hot Numbers, with 5 chances where you can win up to $8,000. Get your bingo and Hot Numbers Instacash games at all Lotto agents. Instacash, where there's no waiting in line. You can win on the spot. Instacash, so easy to play.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
Sports report for Saturday, 8 June 2024. This Saturday and Sunday, 8th and 9th of June 2024, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Cycling Union will hold its annual National Cycling Championship. On Saturday, 8th June, today, is the individual time trial Arnesville to Belvedere. On Sunday, 9th June, is the road race. The elite riders will ride from E.T. Joshua Decommission Airport to Turma, back to Argyle through Calder, finishing at Belmont Lookout, while the Masters and Juniors race will be from the E.T. Joshua Tarmac to Lanley Park, Argyle, Calder to Belmont Lookout. The starting time on both days is 6 a.m. The Pan American Cycling Championship, SVG participated. It was a wet and cold and dry from the start to finish. Both Zephyr Bailey and Cammy Adams stayed with the peloton despite the weather. Unfortunately, Zephyr was called out at 18 kilometers, while Cammy was called out at 10 kilometers. It was stated that the police were unable to close the roads but could only stop the traffic for 15 minutes before the riders and 10 minutes after. The rule was once you were 3 minutes behind the peloton, you will be called out. The coach of the team was Emerson Holder. 32 countries participated in the 130 miles race in Brazil. In football, in the Bible football yesterday, the game was the first knockout quarterfinals, which featured a Caesars Real Estate Mungrenan United versus Byra-Linkers. Caesars Real Estate Mungrenan United won 2-1. The goal scorers were number 2, Justin Millington, number 11, Jaden Schott. The goal scorer for Byra-Linkers was number 4, Alex Adams, 1. Today's game will also be in knockout quarterfinals. The match will see Caesars Real Estate Classic 11 versus Glenside United Mariaqua. In the Sharps Football League, they will host their finals on Sunday between Big Yard Strikers and World 11. In the Top Belair Football League, Sunset Strikers beat Glen United 4-3. The scorers for Glen United were Bradley Richardson, Dimitri Knights, Wazim Nash, and Valuta Patterson. For Sunset Strikers, Karine Williams 2 and Zadie Millington 1. That's all for the local sports. Dougie De Freitas presenting. In the rest of the sporting discipline, in football, results of matches played in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers: Honduras 3, Cuba 1, Costa Rica 4, St. Kitts 0, Panama 2, Guyana 0, El Salvador 0, Puerto Rico 0. Matches for today, Saturday: Antigua versus Cayman Islands, Bahamas versus Trinidad and Tobago, Anguilla versus Suriname, and the BVI versus Guatemala. Then on Sunday, Grenada versus Costa Rica, Aruba versus Curacao, Barbados versus Haiti, Belize versus Nicaragua, Dominica versus Jamaica, and finally SVG versus El Salvador. International football friendlies results: Czech Republic 7, Malta 1, Belarus 0, Russia 4, Romania 0, Liechtenstein 0, England 0, Iceland 1, Germany 2, Greece 1, Poland 2, Finland 2, Armenia 2, Kyrgyzstan 1, Albania 3, Azerbaijan 1, Cambodia 2, and Mongolia 1. In cricket, Canada defeated Ireland by 12 runs in another shock result on Friday following the USA win over Pakistan on Thursday. Scores: Canada 137 for 7, Nicholas Curtin 49, Shiraz 37, Barry McCarthy 2 for 24, Craig Young 2 for 32. Ireland 125 for 7, Mark Adair 34, George Dockwell 30, Jeremy Gordon 2 for 16, Dylan Heilinga 2 for 18. It was Canada's biggest win in the ICC tournament since beating Bangladesh in the 2003 World Cup. Afghanistan continued the giant killing results in the T20 World Cup, beating New Zealand for the first time in T20 cricket by 84 runs. Afghanistan won 59 for 6, Gozbaz 80, Abraham 44, Bolt 2 for 20, Henry 2 for 37, New Zealand 75, Phillips 18, Fazahas 4 for 17, Razid Khan 4 for 17, Nabi 2 for 17. Bangladesh overcome the determined Sri Lanka, beating them by 2 wickets. Scores: Sri Lanka 124 for 9, Nisanka 47, Kumar Das 36, Mustafa 3 for 17, Hussein 3 for 22. Bangladesh 125 for 8, Hidroy 4 was 40, Hidroy 40, Cheshire 4 for 18, Hazaranka 2 for 32. Matches down for decision for today, Saturday: Netherlands versus South Africa in New York, and Australia versus England in Barbados. Then on Sunday, West Indies versus Uganda in Guyana, India versus Pakistan in New York, and Oman versus Scotland in Antigua. The St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots have confirmed the players they have retained and signed ahead of Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League CPL draft. They have 13 confirmed players for the 2024 season and will have 4 spots to fill at the draft in July. Sri Lanka leg spinner Wenedu Hasaranga and South Africa opening bat Riley Rusov headlined their 2024 signings, with Zimbabwean international Singaraza and Hugli exciting for Sri Lanka seam bowler Nuwan Tusara also in the squad. Their final overseas signing is South Africa batter Tristan Stubbs. Local players for the Patriots have been retained, including Evan Lewis, Shafan Rutherford, and Andrew Fletcher. The Patriots have also secured the services of Odin Smith, who have been transferred from the Guyana Amazon Warriors. The full list of retained and signed players for the Patriots are as follows: Winandu Hasaranga, Riley Rusov, Evan Lewis, Shafan Rutherford, Sindandaka Raza, Nuwan Tosara, Andrew Fletcher, Tristan Stubbs, Dominic Drakes, Odin Smith, Joshua De Silva, Asmid Ned, and Johan Lane. The Dallas Cowboys are a big market team and yet haven't been up to the standard as the late Mike McCarthy is holding the Dallas Cowboys back. It is time that they get a big-time coach to lead the team. The coach is Deion Sanders. Since taking over as head coach, McCarthy has a 40-25 regular season record. It is a postseason success that should be looked at closely, and that hasn't been the same level as a regular season success. McCarthy and the Cowboys are 1-3 in playoffs. The most recent loss happened against a very young, inexperienced Green Bay Packers. They were at home with the more talented team and lost 48-32. It is clear that the Cowboys team has talent, but McCarthy doesn't have the know-how how to get most of it out. Based on the information found, the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson in boxing has been rescheduled to take place November 15, 2024 at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The fight was originally scheduled for July 20th, 2024, but was postponed due to Tyson suffering from an ulcer flare-up. In tennis, in the French Open, the women's finals will be played today. World number 1, Iga Swiatek, plays Jasmine Paroloni, and the men's finals, Carlos Alcaraz plays Alexander Zverev. In Friday's semifinals, Alcaraz defeated World 1 Yannick 2-6, that's 2-6, 6-3, 3-6, 6-4, and 6-3 in an engrossing and epic match. And in the other semifinals, Alexander Zverev beat Casper Ruud 2-6, 6-2, 6-4, 6-2. In basketball, in the NBA Finals, Boston Celtics defeated Dallas Mavericks 107-89 in the first game of 7 to go up 1-up. The final game will be hosted by Boston on Sunday. That's the sports Dougie De Freitas presenting. Stay tuned tonight.
The weather is brought to you with the kind compliments of the following.
Operating a business these days can get really complicated. What if someone slips and falls? What if you get robbed or burglarized? What if the truck crashes and you lose everything? What if one of your employees get damaged? What if your product makes someone sick? Worry no more. Let Sentry Insurance protect you from those what-ifs. Sentry Insurance, offering employee liability, workman compensation, public liability, cash and goods in transit, bonds, professional indemnity, contractors all risk, and more. Talk to one of our friendly agents today. Call our Kingstown office at telephone number 456-2247 or Beckway 458-3855, or contact our representative, Mr. Jason Sargent, in the Bayshore Mall in Beckway at 454-4260. Call Sentry Insurance today. We can protect you. Sentry Insurance, upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building in Kingstown.
Hennessy. Drive responsibly. Sole agent and distributors, Gonzalez Liquors. The weather is compiled at the Met Office at the AIA and brought to you compliments Hennessy and Sentry Insurance. At 6 a.m., the weather was fair and slightly hazy. The winds northeasterly at 15 kilometers per hour or 9 miles per hour. The temperature was 27 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity was 81%, and the barometric pressure was 15.0 millibars. The last 24 rainfall is 0.2 millimeter. Yesterday's maximum temperature, 31.8 degrees Celsius, and last night's minimum, 23.9 degrees Celsius. Sunset today is at 6:30 p.m., sunrise tomorrow, 5:37 a.m. Marine conditions, 1 high tide at 7:07 p.m., no low tide. Sea conditions, slight to moderate in open waters with swells 1 to 1.8 meters. Synopsis, weak and stable conditions approaching the islands. The forecast for today, fair at first, becoming partly cloudy with a few showers and slightly moderate haze. In the region and beyond, Trinidad, 27 degrees, cloudy with light showers. Barbados, 28 degrees and partly cloudy. Antigua, 27 degrees and fair. San Juan, Puerto Rico, 27 degrees and partly cloudy. Miami, 27 degrees and cloudy. New York, 19 degrees and fair. Toronto, 12 degrees and fair. And London, 17 degrees and overcast. That's the weather compiled at the Met Office at the AIA and brought to you compliments Hennessy and Sentry Insurance.
We would like to say that Captain Bligh XO aged rum is the best rum in the world. And now we can. Voted the world's best rum at the World Rum Awards 2014, Captain Bligh XO aged rum. World class in a glass.
Get value for your money. Shop at Richardson Motors. Shop at Richardson Motors Limited and enjoy 3 services in one. Hop into our convenience store for a wide array of snacks, drinks, and toiletries. Visit our mechanic shop for specialized treatment for your brakes, exhaust systems, and wheel alignment at our garage. But there's more. When you shop at Richardson Motors, get a free oil change service, clean, high-quality fuel, or shop from a wide range of automotive parts and accessories. We are conveniently located along the Arnesville Main Road. Drive on up. Reliability, convenience, and variety. Richardson Motors is your #1 stop.
Air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, disc pads and brake shoes, clutch discs, pressure plates, rotor plates, engine parts, fan belts, timing belts, oil seals, spark plugs, radiators, radiator hoses, water pumps, universal joints, suspension parts, KYB Japanese shocks for Toyota, Nissan, and Suzuki, tie rods, rack ends, ball joints. You can also get accessories, cleaning supplies, polishes, titanium tint, black tint, Valvoline motor oils, Toyota and Honda motor oils, transmission fluids, Michelin wiper blades, headlights, corner lights, HID kits, HID bulbs and ballast, LED bulbs, and much, much more can be had at Automax Auto Parts. Automax goes the extra mile and spend the extra dollar to ensure that you get first quality Japanese auto parts. Come see the difference at our showroom opposite the basketball court in Camden Park. Call us at 458-2000 or 529-2070. Visit us on Facebook, Automax Auto Parts. Drive the extra mile to get the best first quality auto parts.
Please note that we open on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
No matter where you are in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, your radio is Nice Radio. 101.3, 96.7, 90.3 FM.
Nice Radio's death announcement comes to you every weekday at 9:20 a.m. and 3:20 p.m., Saturday 8:35 a.m., Sunday 2:45 p.m., and sponsored by Memorial Funeral Home. For more information, call 45-81013 or email bdsnice@gmail.com.
Memorial Funeral Home is the first in SVG to offer on-site cremation service. The new and modern crematorium provides a safe way to memorialize your loved ones. Memorial Funeral Home offers a variety of urns in which you can preserve your loved one in a personal way. Cremation can ease the financial burden as it reduces the cost of a standard funeral service by 50%. Caskets can also be rented. Cremation is a necessary option to the overcrowded burial grounds across the country. Their friendly and courteous staff will continue to take care of all your funeral needs, whether you choose to bury or cremate. If your loved ones die abroad, there's no need to worry. Memorial Funeral Home can assist in the transportation of bodies to SVG and from SVG to any part of the world. Memorial Funeral Home services can be accessed at their 2 locations. In Kingstown in the Russells Building at telephone number 453-2697 and in Mesopotamia at 458-8888. The Memorial Funeral Home, leading the way in modern and affordable services. Call us. We care.
The death is announced of Gemma Bernadette Clark, also known as Tat of Chapman's, who passed away on Tuesday, May the 21st, 2024. She was 62 years old. The funeral service of the late Gemma Bernadette Clark of Chapman's will take place on Saturday, June the 29th, 2024 at the New Life Ministries. The body will lie at church from 12 noon. Service begins at 1 p.m. Interment at the Sanssouci Cemetery. The death is announced of Lennox Wendell Brown, also known as Doc Strips of Diamond, who passed away on Tuesday, May the 21st, 2024. He was 74 years old. He is survived by his son, Bradley Dixon, brother, Keon London, employed at Trinity School of Medicine, sisters, Morvina London Pompey in Trinidad and Esther Charles of Spring Village, nieces, Samara London Johnson, Kiona and Tiana Weeks, Nakisha Morris, Mamsella Charles, and Jadine Millington, nephews, Damani London, Atiba Providence, and Sean Williams, in-laws, Basil Pompey and Haddon Charles, cousins, the Taylor family in Canada, the Mars, London, Providence, and Acres families of Tromuka, the Cadogan family in St. Vincent and abroad, close relatives and friends, Mr. Renwick Rose, Mitchie Ford, Daddy Ray, Major P, Colanje, the Weeks family of Glenside Mespo, the guys at London's shop in Diamonds. The funeral service of the late Lennox Wendell Brown, also known as Doc Strips of Diamond, will take place on Wednesday, June the 12th, 2024, at the St. Paul's Anglican Church in Caliacor. The body will lie at the church from 10 a.m. Service begins at 11 a.m. Interment at the Golden Vale Cemetery. The death is announced of Raymond Kelroy Clark, also known as Wrecker of Newgrounds and Barbados, who passed away on Saturday, May the 11th, 2024. He was 50 years old. He is survived by his mother, Benita Clark, father, Christopher Samuel, brothers, Robert, Andrew, Desmond in Mustique, sisters, Angrita, Avril, Michelle, Desiree in Canada, nieces, Cordella in Canada, Avadel, Angie, Andrea, Erika, Amira, Desana, Desnique, and Melinda. Nephews, Jeroy, Devonte, DeAndre, Kyle, Amalo, Ethan and Nathan in Canada, Desroy and Renado in Mustique, Romaldo in Turks and Caicos, aunts, Venice and Tilita in Canada, Cynthia in St. Vincent, uncles, Randolph Pemberton in Barbados, Bertie Samuel in the USA, Gibeon King and Lloyd in St. Vincent, in-laws, Hyacinth Clark, Edson Rogers, Avil Roberts, Mark Christian in Canada, cousins, Lucette, Deborah, Yolan, Patricia, Annette, Troy, Monique, Ray, Tristan, Leslie, Marika, Sean Grace in Barbados, Casita Samuel Butte, Kenneth Samuel in the Netherlands. Close relatives and friends, Hazeland Glasgow in Barbados, Odette Ryan and family, Tobel Williams and family in Barbados, Noel Harry, Bradley Peters and the boys in Barbados, Chalice Forgus of Chapman's. Other relatives and friends, the King and Williams families of Diamonds, the Gerard family of South Rivers, the McDowell family of Diamonds and South Rivers, the Pemberton family of Newgrounds, Diamonds and Prospect, the Clark family in Canada, Newgrounds and Diamonds, the Jacobs family of Diamonds and Newgrounds, the Jackson and Spencer families of Newgrounds, Peggy Macmillan and family of Diamonds. The funeral service of the late Raymond Kelroy Clark, also known as Wrecker of Newgrounds and Barbados, will take place on Saturday, June the 22nd, 2024, at the New Life Ministries North Union. The body will lie at the church from 1 p.m. Service begins at 2 p.m. Interment at the Sanssouci Cemetery. The death is announced of Carlos Evertus Brian Hugh Dorichet, also known as Chinese of Canawan, formerly of St. Martin, who passed away on Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. He was 64 years old. Funeral arrangements of the late Carlos Dorichet will be heard in a subsequent announcement.
The death is announced of Conrad Harry of Barrowley, who passed away on Monday, May 20th, 2024, at the age of 81 years old. The funeral service of the late Conrad Harry of Barrowley will be heard in a subsequent announcement.
Nice Radio extend our deepest condolences to the bereaved.
Memorial Funeral Home is dedicated to meeting the needs of our customers. We go above and beyond to ensure satisfaction and convenience. That is why we are extending our services to the diaspora. Working with Caribbean Funeral Home in New York, burial packages can now be completed in New York to cover burials in St. Vincent, and likewise, packages can be made in St. Vincent to cover burials in New York. Caribbean Funeral Home is located on 1922 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn. Call their office at 718-444-1818 or WhatsApp at 347-925-9557 or 347-231-5410. For more information, call our local office at 458-8888. Memorial Funeral Home. quality, convenience, and affordability.
Lewis Pharmacy. We specialize in friendly service with a personal, professional touch. Hence, we take pride in offering patient counseling on all prescription and over-the-counter products. We welcome inquiries on prescription drugs, vitamins, herbal preparation, fitness nutritional products, cough, cold, allergy, and all other health care products. For the convenience of our patients and surrounding community, we are situated uptown opposite the bus stop at Juicy Building. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Lewis Pharmacy.
Ready, set, serve. Singer, your favorite family store is now online. Log on today at www.singersvg.com and enjoy our store and products right at your fingertips. Now online are your trusted brands that you have come to love. Refrigerators to chest freezers, gas cookers to toasters, air fryers, mattresses, living room sets, and so much more. Browse our products, check the specs, compare brands and prices, and request parts all online. We have also made bill payments easier, more convenient, and simpler just for you. Log on to www.singersvg.com to learn more. Singer, your family company is keeping up with you and the times. Visit our website today and experience a whole new world of Singer, your trusted online family company.
44 million fans, 11 players, 1 flow. Bleeding we colors, celebrating we greatness. With every six, every wicket, every moment of glory, we show the world what we made of. Wherever it's played, Flow is proud to be a part of it. Join We Bacchanal. Feel We Energy. This is We Game. Visit discoverflow.co. Flow, official telecom supporter of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup.
Nice Radio's birthday celebration package is brought to you with the compliments of the following.
Get dinner and candles alight, popcorn for your movie night. One stop and get it right. It's that good. We've got what you're looking for. All the brands you love and more. Get everything at Massy Stores. Massy Stores is where you wanna be. We take care of you like family. We do all that we could to treat you like we should. It's that good, it's that good. That good. When you shop at Massy Stores. That good.
Massy Stores, our family serving your family. Welcome to Subway, where you can always have it your way. My name is Stacy. What can I make for you?
Hey, Stacy. I'll have a chicken teriyaki salad. All veggies, please. And for my daughter, Naomi, a pizza. Naomi, what would you like to have on your pizza?
Pepperoni bacon.
They've got tomatoes as well.
Pepperoni bacon.
What about some fresh onions, corn, pineapple?
Pepperoni bacon.
Naomi, you can also have olives, jalapeno, extra meat.
Nope. Pepperoni bacon.
Stacy, can I have one chicken teriyaki salad, all veggies, please, and a pizza with pepperoni and bacon?
You can have it your way.
Come into our uptown or downtown location today or order on your favorite delivery app. Subway, have it your way.
The birthday winner of the week will receive a $20 gift voucher from Massy Store and a $20 meal voucher from Subway.
This is Nice Radio celebration time, the one, only one for Saturday. Comes to you around right just after the dead announcement here on Nice Radio. We have quite a bit of persons on the list already. Let me see if I could pull up, make sure that I get this together. The numbers are 4565967, 718-734-5615. Good morning, birthday greetings going out to Pamela Patrick in Florida, celebrating on the 8th today, coming from her sister Yvonne Dixon, Lee Nelson in the BVI. Thank you very much. All blessed, good morning. I'm sending out special birthday greetings to Sherry Roberts, of Byra and Sandy Bay. is celebrating today. Greetings going out to him from friends, advisor Christiana, Anolene and his mom, Shari, dad, Lyndon, sister, Shayana, and grandparents Helen and Toran Dorset, aunties Gwyneth and Indine, cousin Benjamin. We all come together to wish him wonderful day. We'd like to celebrate many, many years to come, God's willing and blessing. We have somebody on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, doggy.
How are you this morning?
Great night, great and wonderful,
Sweet
doggy.
too, sweet too.
Yeah, man. Everything.
Where
Full
are you
package.
calling from this morning?
I'm calling from Canon. I would like to send out birthday greetings to Shanika Haynes from Green Hill, celebrating her birthday today.
Shanika what?
Haynes.
King?
Haynes.
Kane.
Yeah.
Of Green Hill?
Yes, please.
Uh-huh.
Celebrating her birthday today, and all the greetings are coming from the netballers in Canawan Netball Association.
Uh-huh.
Wishing she all the best on her day. Enjoy your day, girl. It's only once a year it comes.
Uh-huh. Well, I hope she has a great day and you would have a nice day today too, okay? You play
Thank you.
netball too? You play netball too?
Yes, doggy.
What position you play?
Anywhere you put me, I'll play.
Anywhere you put you, so you're anyway
Yeah.
player. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, then one of these days I'll see you play. And if you ain't playing, go to me and you, eh? All right. Okay then. All right. Okay.
Hi.
Nice, very nice people. 2% rated, 98% love. Let's see. We got another phone call. Let's see. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Nice, great, and wonderful.
Sweet too?
Yes, doggy.
Keeping sugar jealous?
All the time.
Kisses by the neck?
Yeah.
I love it to the max. Only 29 spots in the back of the neck, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Don't look for any more.
No.
All right. Where you calling from?
Leo.
Leo in the house. Who's celebrating?
I like to send over advance birthday greetings to my grandson, Caleb Wallace of Leo.
Uh-huh.
Will be 2 years old tomorrow. Greetings coming from his mother, father, brother, and grandparents in Leo and Barley, aunts and uncles. We all come together to wish Caleb a happy birthday and hope that he will live to see many and many more birthdays to come.
I hope he has a great day and you would have a nice day, my dear, okay?
Yes, Dougie, and
All
you have
right.
a wonderful
Okay,
weekend.
then. Same to you. Nice radio for nice people. 2% rating, 98% love. Let's see what else we have here up on the list. My good friend June. Joshua June is celebrating. How are you this morning, June? I know you're on a mission, and there's a God bless mission that you're on, and take care of your brother. You have a nice day today. I'm sending on behalf of Chris, your brother, other brother, and myself here. Nice radio. Blessings on you. Have a nice day. June Joshua. All right. Edwina Sharp. Edwina Sharp. We don't have an address for Edwina Sharp. They didn't send an address. We have Gary De Freitas. I don't even know where Gary lives now. But if it's King Garden, Villa, whatever, I don't know where he lives. But today is his birthday. Pico Williams. Pico is in Montserrat. He's in the military and seismic and everything up there in Montserrat. Pico used to be in the cadets here. Him and Chalice were riding. He used to hang around a lot with me here. He helped to wire the studio. When the studio opened, he was part of the electrical team that wired the studio and put up all the antennas and so forth. Pico, good morning. Happy birthday. I hope the wife kiss you up plenty, boy. We got to find out. Marie Claire Girard. Marie Claire Girard. She's actually from Dominica, but she lives in New York, a friend of the station. She's celebrating today. Marie, I hope you have a wonderful day today. Gwendolyn Lolita Diaz. Where's Glenda? I don't know if she's in Barley or whatever. So her name is Gwendolyn Lolita Diaz. I don't know if she lives in America or whatever. I don't have an address for her. She's celebrating today. Sylvester Sargent, he works with Sagicor. Somebody in Sagicor sending out about the greetings to you, Sylvester H. Sargent. He works at Sagicor. Hope you have a wonderful day today or a nice weekend. Sandra Verona in Canada, Viora. Sandra Viora, friend of the station who lives in Canada. I think it's Montreal, Canada. I hope you have a nice day today. Dilemma Osborne in Beckway. Dilemma Osborne in Beckway. Today's your birthday. Have a nice day. Good morning.
Good morning, Daddy.
How are you this morning?
I'm nice, great, and wonderful. How about yourself?
Man, you're in a noisy place.
Yeah, it's kind of windy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that you mash it up
We have the
last
lights.
night.
Boy, oh boy, the background noise is so noise. All the people making noise. You can't walk away a little bit. See if you could step. See if you could step out from the. Well, a lot of crack. A little better, but yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to send out birthday greetings to my sister Carmina Dupe. She's in the US of A.
Carmina what? What's her last name?
Dupe.
Dupe.
Yes.
Uh-huh. She's in where? Where is she living?
USA.
In the USA.
In the US.
She's in the USA. Okay, all right.
Yes, there's Aisha, everybody, Rohan, Pet, Kathy, Ben, in Trinidad as well. What a wish, Mrs. Dupe, happy birthday. I hope that she enjoys. As well as Tamara Boyd, she's in Georgetown. She's celebrating her birthday today as well. I know her mom, Jen, grandma as well, Rosina, baby, Titi, Zavi, Janae, Angus, everybody. Devin and Jay, what a wish. Happy birthday, and hope that she enjoys.
All right.
As well as Indy Gould, she's in Bali, she's celebrating her
I didn't get her name. What goal is that?
Indy Gould.
Indy Gould. Okay.
Yeah. All the kids, what a wish, Walker, Jaquan, everybody, LaFord, CJ, Gary, Fancy, Joe over there in CZI. Sasha, all into what I wish India happy birthday, and hope that she enjoys. As well as advance birthday to Jonetta Ellis. She's in Chateau. She will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. Well, I know her mom Eloise is gonna make it special for her.
Where Jonetta lives?
She's in Chateau.
Chateau. Okay.
Yes. Her mom Eloise, Inetta in Canada as well, Gemma and everybody want to wish Janetta happy birthday and hope that she enjoys when the day comes around tomorrow. As well as Brian Stapleton, he's in Coastal. He will be celebrating his birthday tomorrow as well. I know the wife is Susan and all the kids want to wish Brian advance happy birthday and hope that he enjoys. As well as Kelroy and Lisa Cunningham there in San Hill. I think they will be celebrating their 6th anniversary tomorrow. Want to wish them advance happy anniversary and hope that they all enjoy when they come around as well. That's it, we have a wonderful weekend, man. It's a little bit noisy.
Yeah. I have to charge you.
You're out of charge me.
I had to charge you.
Well, you won't believe where I am. I'm on the IT, so that's why.
Okay, I know you're around some people and it's very noisy. Yeah. Well, take care. Stay tuned and stay nice. Okay. All right.
Let me say hi to Alice and Mrs. Benson. How you doing?
All right. They're doing good. All right. Good morning. The Magic Jack.
Good morning, Mr. Nice.
Yeah, what's up, New York? New York, so bad they had to name it twice.
Yeah. New York. Okay, I would like to wish myself belated birthday greeting.
Who's myself?
David Morgan.
Oh,
David L. Morgan.
David L. Morgan. L for learning Morgan. All right.
Okay. Yeah,
when was your birthday? Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Oh man. And Michelle ain't sent nothing to me? She ain't sent nothing to the station? Man, you she kissed you?
And my son is tomorrow.
May answer my question. Answer my question first. Did Michelle kiss you?
I can't remember.
Ah, well, that's bad. That's an indictment on you.
Old age. That's old age. That's old age. That comes from old age.
Right.
My son actually celebrating tomorrow, please God, too.
Oxley celebrating.
Oxley Morgan.
Yeah, he's celebrating tomorrow. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they got family. So you got family celebration.
Okay. Yeah. All the best and have a blessed day.
My brother, stay nice and wonderful and make sure Michelle make up for lost grounds, okay?
All right, we go talk.
Okay,
Have a
then.
blessed
All
day.
right. Nice radio for nice people. 2% rating, 98% love. This is how we do it on the nice. The next celebration is tomorrow, 3:45. Will be the next birthday celebration. Well, you know, during the week, Mondays to Fridays, it is 7 times a day, 10 to 7, 10 to 8, 10 to 9. In the afternoons, 10 to 2, 10 to 3, 10 to 4, 10 to 5. You know how the thing go down here on the nice. Well, the gynecologist is in town. I don't know where is he, but he's somewhere up in Lago Heights. See, he's a gynecologist.
Zion, I is busy at the moment. Please leave your name and number, and he will get back to you as soon as possible.
Ringing, ringing, Beethoven ringing, 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 Beethoven ringing. I went for training overseas. I went to study university. Now I fully qualified gynecology. Since I come back home, women calling me. I get calling, phone ringing. Bridget calling, phone ringing. Cenet calling, phone ringing. Yvette calling, phone ringing. I am a well-known certified gynecologist. When it comes to woman, me and the stupidness. I am a well-known certified gynecologist. When it comes to woman, I had a delays. Annie calling, phone ringing. Dolly calling, phone ringing. Lappy calling, phone ringing. Julie calling, phone ringing. A patient get me from up in Sandy Bay. She said up your price stiff, but I'm willing to pay. From the time I hear that, man, me I turn red. All I put is listening woman who lie down on top the bed. And they calling, phone ringing. Bridget calling, phone ringing. Cenet calling, phone ringing. Yvette calling, phone ringing. I am a well-known certified gynecologist. When it comes to woman, me and the stupidness. I am a well-known certified gynecologist. When it comes to woman, I had a delays. Annie calling, phone ringing. Dolly calling, phone ringing. Lappy calling, phone ringing. Julie calling, phone ringing. I went for training overseas. I went to study university. Now I fully qualified gynecology. Since I come back home, women calling me. Annette calling, phone ringing. Bridget calling, phone ringing. Cenet calling, phone ringing.
Zion, I say he ain't an activist anymore since they giving him so much trouble. He went and studied gynecology. And since he come back from last weekend to this weekend, had a fast degree, a quick degree, kind of degree as a gynecologist. And the phone just ringing. Before that, all he getting is cussing. When he is an activist, he put on his activism. Oh yes, the man Zion.
When it comes to woman, me and the stupidness. I am a well-known certified gynecologist. When it comes to woman, I had a delays.
Oh, that's the man Zion. Well, we got Frankie Edwards, Maxi. Say he want to focus. He got to stay focused. Morning, Maxi, up there in New York. How you going? Focusing. He's focusing.
Just can't help but staring. You win the prize for the sexiest woman out there, so I ain't going nowhere. Every move you make, girl, I'm watching you. And you know, so you putting on a show. You moving as though you own the street. Whining so hard when you hear the soca beat. Now I'm craving for you. I have this craving for you, girl. I'm craving for you. I have this craving for you, girl. Like a ice cream. Is every man in here wishing they could get a wine? But for me, I know, baby, it's a matter of time. I'm stuck right here with you, not going anywhere. Whether sun or rain, hope it's not in vain. You causing bacchanal in here, the way you're moving up your head. You put your two hands in the air and you start to party. And then you whining wrong and wrong. You start whining to the ground. It's like a movie, and I have front seat. Yeah. Focus is on you, girl. My focus is on you. Focus is on you, girl. My focus is on you. The music right. Watch how the DJ have us grooving. Relax and just cruising. What a sight. Yeah, 5,000 bodies blooming like in a flower garden. Still every move you make, girl, I'm watching you. Like an angel, you carrying a glow. In one place and hardly moving your feet. In my direction, you sending off a heat. Now I'm craving for you. I have this craving for you, girl. I'm craving for you. I have this craving for you, girl. Like a ice cream. Is every man in here wishing they could get a wine? But for me, I know, baby, it's a matter of time. I'm stuck right here with you, not going anywhere. Whether sun or rain, hope it's not in vain. You causing bacchanal in here, the way you're moving up your head. You put your two hands in the air and you start to party. And then you whining wrong and wrong. You start whining to the ground. It's like a movie, and I have front seat. Yeah. Focus is on you, girl.
Maxie Edwards, focus is on you. Yes, I wonder who's the you.
My focus is on you.
Well, and you know, at 9:15 we should have Vinabat. I don't know if he's available. Yes, I see him there. Let me see where if I can get him up here. So, okay. Let's see what's gonna happen here. All right. We're gonna see where he's at.
Looking for financial support? At the SVG Police Credit Union, PCCU, we offer a range of loans to meet your needs. Whether it's our disaster loan for emergencies, the Just for Dad Father's Day loan, or our carnival loan for the festivities, the PCCU is here for you. Join PCCU today. You don't have to be a police officer to be a member. Walk in and talk to a loans officer with no appointments necessary and enjoy same-day approval. Benefit from low interest rates and flexible repayments. Take the first steps towards your financial goals with PCCU. Visit us at any branch today. Terms and conditions apply. The SVG Police Credit Union, towards a sustainable financial future.
The SVG Gospel Fest Committee presents Uncle Paul St. John Benefit Concert for urgent medical needs on Sunday, June 9, 2024 at the Faith Temple Church in New Montrose, starting at 5 p.m. featuring some of the best of SVG in gospel music. Sleepy Richards and T, Gideon Sulin, Fidel Taylor, Ronnie Richardson, Pearl McMaster, Nadine Cumberbatch, Kenroy Cruikshank, Rena, Andrews Bascom, Benton Harry, Stokes Dennis, Holyroom Dancers, and the Gospel Festival Band. It's going to be an amazing time of worship at the Faith Temple Church in New Montrose, Sunday, June 9, 2024. We're doing this for Uncle Paul St. John. Come on out and support.
So many people don't know what we going through. Bank account empty, yet still I smile.
Nice Radio presents Healthy Vibes, a live health education program aired on this station on Saturday mornings. Healthy Vibes looks at the total person, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, with emphasis not only on diseases and conditions, but also on the importance of individual, family, professional, and political responsibilities to health and well-being. Healthy Vibes addresses issues not often talked about. It is solution focused. So join us this Saturday and every Saturday for Healthy Vibes on Nice Vibes on Nice Radio. I am Vin Abbott.
Well, we got Vin Abbott online. Good day, Vin Abbott.
Good day, Dougie the Freitas.
Yes, sir. Blessed good morning to you. I was looking for you on the live stream there, but good thing I have people over. I see the phone ringing on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, I Saturday mornings I like to go with the WhatsApp streets. You know, sort of. You know, when I get up like 10 minutes before the program, because I tend to prepare most of the times the night before, and then I get up and I just come straight, and that works for me. So if it works for me, I hope it works for you there.
Well, no problem. Once we got you inside there, you know, because nothing. If it's interactive, I tell you, make sure you come up so we free up the lines. You know, yeah.
Yes, I get you. I get you. So how are you doing?
I am nice, great, and wonderful, even when it's upside down, around the boat, and whatever. You know, my sinus is killing me. Since I come with the Sahara dust, I believe it's really been bad. I went to the sea yesterday. Since I come back home, I didn't go in the sea. I went and do some deep dives yesterday. I'm a little bit better this morning, so hopefully I'll go back today and do another set and see.
Wonderful. You know what? I'm happy you mentioned that, because I remember when I was on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I began working as a teacher, I think in 1977 there in Sandy Bay. In those days, the roads were all dusty and unpaved and all of that. And every Friday we tended, you know, almost every Friday into the weekend, I ended up with sinusitis or some nasal congestion because of the dust and things like that. And what you just said there, like I had to get into the sea and under waterfalls and so on to help clear my sinuses. And that along with, well, you know, steam inhalations and things like that, those home remedies and so on helped me tremendously. And even now, as I speak with you, if I were to be exposed to someone smoking like cigarette smoke, I end up with serious sinus problems, and that's something about which I'm very guarded. It's not an easy condition, and I empathize with you tremendously.
I remember, you know, I have always suffered from sinuses and but problem, and so when it bothered me a lot, Keith Joseph used to give me trouble when he come up, and he used to say, "Man, you ain't done Mac yet." I say, because he never had sinus problem. About 5 years after, I'm sitting on my porch and I see him come to do a sports program, and his face is swollen. So I said, boy, like you, the God completely make you today. He said, Dougie, I didn't know this thing could be so bad. That's the first time he experienced bad sinusitis. His face was swollen. So
it's really bad. And for folks who might not be familiar with sinusitis, those sinuses, those openings on the nose, between the nose and the forehead there, as part of the respiratory system, when they get blocked, that's when you end up with serious sinusitis, and the blockage can come from so many different things. And the symptoms will be things like extreme pressure on that frontal area there. Sometimes when it gets really bad, you can have smells of awful things that are not there in the environment.
And it make your head heavy. You feel like sleeping all the time because your head get heavy, you know?
Yes. Sometimes when it gets bad, folks have to go and do surgical work to clear them. My brother, who passed away, chieftain there in Miami, he had to get his sinuses surgically dealt with years ago before he left St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So it's a serious problem, and this is why it's so important to have specialists around, like an ENT, ear, nose, and throat specialist who can assist us with these problems. And Dougie spoke about the Sahara dust. I would imagine there are many folks like you who are having problems with their sinuses at this time.
Hmm. Well, Dr. Thomas, I had to visit him twice in my life, but I learned to battle with it. I learned to battle with it.
Mhm.
So, what are you dealing with today?
Well, Dougie, we're into the carnival season, and the last time I was on, I wasn't on last weekend. Let me apologize. I had to rush out to work. There was an emergency, and I was called out. But before that, we were looking at well, we started talking about eating out, and then we got into diabetes as we get into our carnival programming, and all part of trying to remind our people, our folks, to continue doing all the things, the behaviors, continue engaging in behaviors that have helped them to stay well, stay healthy, to help them manage the chronic conditions or symptoms with which folks are living, diabetes being one of them. So today I'm the kind of person I like to finish what I started. So I want to finish off with some of this on diabetes today. And then next week, I want to get into a discussion on attitude as we get into deeper into carnival. Attitude to mean a combination of feelings and beliefs that cause us to respond or behave in a certain way to people, objects, and events. And that would lead us into talking about violence and how we deal with escalating situations and so forth. So that's what we look like for the next couple few programs as we get into our carnival programming. But I just want to finish up with some information on diabetes here. I was asked to do that, as a matter of fact, by a few persons who contacted me over the last couple of weeks. And we said in the initial program that diabetes is when there's too much sugar in our blood. And the sugar from food we eat and drink stays in our blood instead of going into the cells in our body. And the cells in our body cannot use the energy from the food we eat. And we may begin to feel run down or tired. And we can go on. We talked about type 1 diabetes versus type 2 diabetes. Today, let us continue. And let me say this, my apologies. Good day to friends wherever you are listening to us this morning on Healthy Vibes and Nice Vibes on Nice Radio. Then Albert here in Toronto with Dougie in studio today. Happy to have you for company. Hope all is well with you wherever you are. Now, the question is staying healthy with diabetes and reducing health risk should be an important conversation one should have with self or with family. How can I stay well even though I'm living with diabetes? Well, and the question is, why am I at risk for problems? When we have poorly controlled diabetes, we are at risk for developing problems such as heart attack, stroke, or nerve damage. We can help prevent these problems by having good control of our diabetes and seeing our healthcare provider regularly. And what are some of the concerns? Blood vessels, heart, and stroke problems. Diabetes may cause blood vessels to become narrow inside. This is called atherosclerosis. That's another word, narrowing of the arteries. A buildup of fat and other materials inside the blood vessels is what really causes this problem. Think of a pipe, a water pipe that brings water into your house, and think of that pipe becoming clogged up with stuff in it. That is what essentially happens, and at some point that can burst at some weak point. And atherosclerosis can lead to heart attack or stroke. And we can reduce our risk by one, following a meal plan, low in saturated fats. And I know this is so issue for many of our folks, given all the factors related. We can also reduce our risk by following an activity program. Doesn't mean having to get into the gym and all of that every day and all of that. Just movement, walking. Even while you're listening to us right now, you can be twisting and imagine you're pulling it like a string of on a light bulb and pull it down. Flex your fingers and raise your legs, leg extensions, and so many things you can do. Just move. Stopping smoking if you smoke, and taking medication when prescribed. This is critical as well for persons who have been diagnosed with diabetes. As regards blood pressure, my friends, diabetes may cause an increase in our blood pressure. High blood pressure can lead to stroke. Against that background, it is very important for us to have our blood pressure checked at every doctor's visit. If you take medication for high blood pressure, take it regularly. Regularly to mean don't stop, but make sure you have your medication. Try and take your medication at the same time, around the same time every day. That is very important. If you smoke, try to stop, as smoking can cause high blood pressure. And be aware of salt, as too much can increase your blood pressure. How about kidneys? Another sore point on St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Black population around the Caribbean and elsewhere. Diabetes and high blood pressure can damage the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys that act as filters to remove waste. Good blood pressure and blood sugar control can help prevent damage. Are you with me? Yes, they can prevent, control here can prevent damage to the kidneys. And medications are often used to protect the kidneys. Be sure to get your yearly blood and urine test to check your kidneys. Very, very important. Again, why control diabetes? Of course, you're going to be feeling much healthier. You'll have more energy. You'll feel better, and you decrease the risk of complications. And what should be some of your targets and in terms of your glucose levels, and this is something that you should have already worked out, or you should work out with your doctor, and it depends on where you are, America or Canada versus England, the Caribbean. We often hear about before meals, you talk about, say, 4 to 7 milliliters, millimoles, that is per liter. And if you're in the States, you'll hear about 80, between 80 and 180 milligrams per deciliter. And that is before meals. After meals, 180 milligrams per deciliter. That's after meals. Or 10, below 10, well, of course, and above 4, about 2 hours after meals. And so it's important for you to stay on target as regards your glucose level. This is something that you should have already, or you should work out with your doctor. And let me say a little bit about this test. We often hear about the A1C, and this is a test. This is a common blood test used to diagnose type 1 and type 2 diabetes. And if you're living with diabetes, the test is also used to monitor how well you're managing blood sugar levels. And there are different names for the A1C. It's called by different names. It's around the hemoglobin levels and all of that kind of stuff. We'll get into that. Now, an A1C test result reflects your average blood sugar level for the past 2 to 3 months. Specifically, the A1C test measures what percentage of hemoglobin proteins in your blood are coated with sugar, or glycated, as they say. And hemoglobin proteins in red blood cells transport oxygen. The higher your A1C level, the poorer your blood sugar control, and the higher your risk of diabetes complications. Very important for you to stay on top of a test of your A1C and all of that. Stay in touch with your doctor around what your blood sugar level is today. And there are different, what are some of the symptoms? Well, again, quickly, signs and symptoms of diabetes include the following: unusual thirst, frequent urination, weight change, gain or loss, extreme fatigue or lack of energy, blurred vision, frequent or recurrent infections, cuts and bruises that are slow to heal, tingling or numbness in the hands or feet, trouble getting or maintaining and erection. It is important to recognize, however, that many people who have type 2 diabetes may display no symptoms. And finally, for today, I want to talk a little bit about medications. And I won't get into the specifics in terms of names of medications, probably some of the classifications. And I have something to say about that at the end. Medications, there are many different medications used to treat diabetes, including pills and insulin, right? So there are some medications that decrease sugar made by the liver. Some help the cells take in sugar and may reduce insulin resistance. Some of the medications on the market today, they help the pancreas release insulin throughout the body. And they may also cause your blood sugar to go low, less than 4. So you got to be mindful of that. It's always encouraged to take with meals, and when they take this makes the pancreas release insulin at that meal. May cause your blood sugar to go low as well. There are other classifications or other groups of medications for diabetes that improve the body's ability to control blood sugar levels. They help decrease the amount of sugar made by the liver, and they may less likely to cause low blood sugar. So again, you want to discuss all of that with your doctor. And of course, there are some injections that help to improve the body's ability to control blood sugar levels. Some may help decrease the amount of sugar made by the liver, and these are known to have less side effects in terms of lowering the blood sugar. There are some classification. We talk about inhibitors that block reabsorption of sugar into the kidneys and increase sugar excretion in the urine. Therefore, it lowers blood sugar in your system. And of course, there's insulin, which works like a key, and we spoke about that 2 weeks ago. Insulin works like a key to open cells to let sugar in. If your blood sugar levels are not well controlled, talk to a member of your healthcare team. And the type of medication, the amount you take, or both may need to change. You may need to take more than one type of diabetes medication. These are all around medication. These are things that you need to bear, and encourage you to bear in mind. I know it's a headache, but it's important for you to stay on top of the medication. And of course, we cannot dismiss the importance of dieting and exercising and things like that. There's so many choices that we have. That's an important discussion to have with your doctor. Hopefully you have a naturopath or a nutritionist or somebody, a nurse in your corner who understands diabetes and your eating habits, your economic status, what you can afford or not afford. All those are important discussions to have with your family doctor, those persons in your care, your family, and all of that. We go down on the side of the way we all should eat is the same way a person living diabetes should eat, or reverse that. The way a person living with diabetes is the way we believe we all should be eating when it comes to all of that. Finally, as we get into Carnival and outside of Carnival, remember when it comes to taking medication, whether it be for diabetes or hypertension or whatever, make sure you are the right person for that medication, right person. So don't take another person's medication. Don't give your medication to another person. Make sure it's the right drug. Make sure it's the right dose. And make sure you're taking it at the right time. And check out the expiration dates. And basically, I'm saying to you, this is a conversation for you and your pharmacist. Check out the label of your medication. Make sure it's the right dose, the right time, and all of that. And especially if you're taking, say, eye drops for, say, something related to diabetes or whatever, make sure you watch the expiration date. Not so much that the drug would spoil or become toxic, but because after like a month or so from opening and touching, it can become contaminated, and this can cause infection in your eyes, for example. And after a certain while, especially if not stored properly, the medications are there that can lose their potency and become less effective as time goes by. And I cannot tell you what that would be. There's a discussion for you and your pharmacist. But we encourage you, Carnival or no Carnival, right person, right drug, right dose, right time. Watch the expiration date and keep in touch with your pharmacist. He or she is the real expert on pharmaceuticals, including the medications for diabetes. Dougie, I want to end there today. It's been a mouthful. Next week, we'll start talking about attitudes as we lead into violence and things like that on Homeland St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And before I go, let me say this. I heard you playing a song from Zana a while ago, and you commented. I remember when I was in Boston doing some studies there, in Cambridge area, used to pass by, I think he was a priest or some religious figure. He had a big sign in his yard that read something like this. When I fed the poor, you called me a saint. When I asked why the poor does not have food, you called me a communist. When I fed the poor, I was the best person in the world. In those days, when I asked why, when I questioned why, then I was the worst person in the world. Dougie, have a wonderful.
I like that. Nice way to end that. Have a great day, my brother. Stay nice and wonderful. All right. God bless you. All right.
Everybody move. Let your body move. Show me the vibe, give me the vibe. Keep on grooving. Keep on grooving.
Nice Radio presents Healthy Vibes, a live health education program aired on this station on Saturday mornings. Healthy Vibes looks at the total person, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, with emphasis not only on diseases and conditions, but also on the importance of individual, family, professional, and political responsibilities to health and well-being. Healthy Vibes addresses issues not often talked about. It is solution focused. So join us this Saturday and every Saturday for Healthy Vibes on Nice Vibes on Nice Radio. I am Ben Abbott.
Looking for financial support? At the SVG Police Credit Union, PCCU, we offer a range of loans to meet your needs. Whether it's our disaster loan for emergencies, the Just for Dad Father's Day loan, or our carnival loan for the festivities, the PCCU is here for you. Join PCCU today. You don't have to be a police officer to be a member. Walk in and talk to a loans officer with no appointments necessary and enjoy same-day approval. Benefit from low interest rates and flexible repayments. Take the first steps towards your financial goals with PCCU. Visit us at any branch today. Terms and conditions apply. The SVG Police Credit Union, towards a sustainable financial future.
The SVG Gospel Fest Committee presents Uncle Paul St. John Benefit Concert for urgent medical needs on Sunday, June 9, 2024 at the Faith Temple Church in New Montrose, starting at 5 p.m. featuring some of the best of SVG in gospel music. Sleepy Richards and team, Gideon Sulin, Fidel Taylor, Ronnie Richardson, Pearl McMaster, Nadine Cumberbatch, Kenroy Cruikshank, Rena, Andrews Bascom, Fenton Harry, Stokes Dennis, Holyroom Dancers, and the Gospel Festival Band. It's going to be an amazing time of worship at the Faith Temple Church in New Montrose, Sunday, June 9, 2024. We're doing this for Uncle Paul St. John. Come on out and support.
So many people don't know what we going through. Back about empty, yet still I smiling for you.
So support Paul St. John. He been around. He been in the music ministry, Emeralds, other groups and so forth. Powerful Brother Gospel Fest promoter. You know, my brother, he was always there. Love the brother. I have somebody here on my stream. Jillian, good morning. Hello. A person not there. We're gonna sitting on the stream there, but don't know if it's Doug using Jillian's phone or whatever. All right. Yeah, I know it's Doug's sister, but I don't know if he's using his phone. Her phone. He's trying to be incognito. Well, we got somebody on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, Dougie, I'm hearing you. You hearing me now?
I hearing you, but I was dealing with somebody else. So I just
Yes, my
put you on
brother.
hold.
I just
How are
Dougie,
you?
let me say this.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute,
Go ahead.
bro. Take your time. Slow down. How are you this morning?
Well, I just called to say I lost a lot of friends, and they should have
Well-
been alive, Dougie. And I really pray for you because, you know, I remember I met you down at the, and let me say greetings to everybody. I met you down at the lady, you know, wonderful lady, the mother for the Walker Day, you know. She's down cross by the church down there, you know, next to where Wanata used to be. And I met you across there, and you said, honey, you know, I'm not, you know, having a bit of medical issues, you know. And I was praying for you because remember, you know, I was one of the individuals who begged you. But I lost a lot of friends that should have been alive, and we have got to understand that there's a serious complication. So you talk about sugar and high blood pressure. I have high blood pressure, and I'm able to control it. And I could tell you for most of the years I've controlled it from some very, minor tablets. And you know, I do a lot of exercise now. And doctor told me, you know, Raul said to me, you know, just basically do exercise. But what I'm calling to say to you today, people with sugar and high blood pressure, at least 15 of them I could carry by their home, and now saying that it's not the same since I took these vaccines. And I'm only saying here is that sugar and high blood pressure should be controlled. I know people live until they're 90 with sugar and high blood pressure. My mother had sugar, high blood pressure. She had them, and she lived a very ripe life. And I'm only saying here is that why is it we are not saying that when these people, let me just say why I'm calling. In front of me is a document with Kingsley the Freighter. And he called in your radio program. And Kingsley respect you a lot. I don't know how you look at him, but he has a lot of respect for you. And this document is with Kingsley admitting now that my life is changed. He called my name. He called Frank De Silva name. He didn't call any other name because, I'm the one, even on this very radio program, who gave very early information. Not any misinformation, in very early information coming from CDC, FDA. I called Dr. Murray. He confirmed it. I called, different doctors, and a few of them were able to confirm it, including Dr. Aki. They said, Hammy, you're speaking. You remember Dr. Sinclair Thomas? He said, Hammy, you will literally getting it right. You cannot give a vaccine unless you do very early, findings and safety, and no safety. And so I am now happy to, not sad to say, that Jimmy Prince is now admitting that what he said and what they said before. So this document from Times, let me just read it and come up, because you see, Doggy, me ain't gonna get no trouble with nobody.
No, just take your time. Just take your time. Just too long. Read the
so
document.
Let me just simply, I'm taking my time. And you notice when I come with you, that the respect you give me, because I give you a lot of respect, Doggy. Because, Doggy, I stood up for you against my very mother.
Yeah, don't bother that. Just don't.
Okay, let me go through with this part. Sinclair Prince. So here I call Ernesto. The health minister has sparked some intention to start speaking out when he declared at the most recent parliamentary session that he knew nothing of the new science surrounding the COVID vaccine. Jimmy Prince, Curtis King, Ralph Gonsalve, Chief Medical Officer Biden, a lot of rogue medical officials from said that there was a new science, and that new science allowed vaccines. So inside you wait 7 years, like most of the other vaccines would have gone through. You could do it at least in months. Now all of a sudden, this Mr. Honorable Man, and let me say, for me it pains me to put honorable. Doggy, I put honorable with your name and on, and you just other people who have lived that life to deserve honorable. Here you have this man now admitting that I didn't know anything. Also, Doggy, he didn't even know that Walker's a hope. I am saying for that itself, that equates to a very murderous situation. Because if you're saying to people, take a vaccine because there's a new science, and now you're saying they don't know new science, where did you get that information from? And I said from day one, there was never a new science. There's no way this could rush any medication. And Hamilton is now locked up, Doggy. Doggy, you think it's easy? I don't know if it never happened to you. It's easy to leave my sick wife home, go into a cell, and with two criminals. And you know who saved me? God bless Sergeant Bowen. Stood up to the head of the police and said, no, you all can't do him that. He didn't commit no crime. And I'm only saying, hey, why am I'm calling for you as a friend to ask Mr. Abbott and other people who call on your radio program. Abraham, I think, was one of them, and I think Frank De Silva. And they had the information and they had the stats. Because for me, it's not right that our brothers and sisters, our young people are dropping and dying all over the world because they trusted them. They trusted the word safe and effective.
Hamo, I just want to interject.
God bless you.
The dishonesty about governmental authorities is that they don't like to admit that they make a mistake. No.
God bless you.
Hold on, listen. I'm carefully going to say this. We have to put some form of trust in our medical personnel and medical authorities.
Yes,
science, medicine is not an exact science. It is not. So there will always be room for errors. And we know that technology has moved leaps and bounds, and certain types of vaccines from before have gone through, and it had, foundational base of which they start the platform. And so vaccines will be developed much faster in today's date. Now, in the rush to deal with the pandemic, they had to deal with this matter. My biggest problem is the dishonest behavior of those who force laws on us and do not want to retract those laws based on the outcome of the history of these things. Now they have to improve on these vaccines, what they call vaccines, that some people describe as not vaccines. Because to me it was very experimental, but we also use a lot of experimental drugs when we have diseases that they can't battle with. You still have to experiment in order to develop the almost pass rate 90%, 85% of what it should be. The problem that I have right here in St. Vincent, the government went ahead. First of all, you had Gonzalez in his ignorance and arrogance and stupidity.
He took 5 shots, Dougie.
No,
5 shots
hold
he
on.
took. Go ahead.
I don't know what he took. I'm just speaking what he did.
Yes, please.
First of all, when people like ourselves was encouraging persons to maybe take the vaccine, I took it. I said I'm not going to take the booster, but I took the vaccine.
God
I
bless
said,
you, didn't take the booster.
right? I'm not so stupid. So I look at him when he was out and around and basically denying that the virus was going to have any effect on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I remember in 2001 or 2020, I can't remember which year the virus came out. I left on the 28th of January from America. I was following, as a person involved in radio and information, I was following the development on this virus before it was even declared in America. I was watching it, I was tracking it, and I came home I came home on the Saturday. I said on the Monday I came on air and I said, listen, people, there is a virus out there that if we are not careful, I'm quoting myself, if we are not careful, this virus has the capacity to shut down the world economy.
They knew that too. Go ahead.
And I got a note from someone. I didn't even know it was because there was an unknown thing on the WhatsApp and say, you always believe that and you always start a lot of bullshit. That's what they wrote on top the thing. So I said, well, even bullshit has value because we could take it and make manure. That's what I told him,
Yes.
And then the whole thing blew up. In 3 months after that, the whole thing went out of control. This government, through Ralph Gonzalez and his attitude, passed laws and force persons and then fire persons. Force them out of jobs. And
put
then,
them out of a job.
And
Jimmy
then
Prince also saying that they didn't know that people went. He didn't know people went home. Jimmy Prince said that too.
And now that persons have declared authority in medical authority is showing that they weren't 100% correct. They maybe was 50, 60% correct, and that 40% have a lot of gray areas and problems. Just give back the people. Just give back the people the job.
Could I just give you a little stats, please? Just a little stats so you get a little understanding what is happening. I think
But before you go on, allow you. What I don't like with the anti-vax movement is when people compile false videos and put them out there. I've seen them, lots of them. Deal with the facts. Don't get somebody to make up something and to
correct. A lot of ignorance on both sides. A lot of ignorance on both sides. People who are for vax and against vax, a lot of ignorance. I'm not in ignorance. I could stand up. Let me just give you some stats. One of the difficulties one of the problems they had, SARS-1. SARS-1 natural. Dengue virus natural. The body, this body that God gave us immune system can fight any natural thing. And so let me give you some stats to show you where they went wrong. SARS-1, template for SARS-1, looking at fighting with messenger and other technologies to try and conquer SARS-1. Never were able, none of them, no countries to be able to conquer it. But they had a template. And that is why they had this early, effort. Because vaccines take just phase 1 to put together take years, but they had a template. But here the difference, SARS-1, which is a natural virus. And let me give you the stats to show it. 2003, from February by July, we had herd immunity from not vaccines. And so 2003, when we had SARS, and I think about 29 countries and so on, all we had, doggy, 700 deaths. 7,000 persons got sick. End of it, because natural immunity conquered it. This SARS-2 is not a SARS-1. Why? Because now we are getting real evidence from the expert. It is something added, gain of function. It's not natural. Why? Let me give you the stats up to this year, April. Up to this year, April, 7 million deaths from this virus. Never in the history did we see that. 700 million people infected. No, not even for the variants that the natural, even in natural immunity are overcome, because they were made in a China lab to do this. And here you had people saying SARS-1. Here you had people, coronavirus, not coronavirus alone. They rushed it. We told them no vaccine can be rushed. Yes, you have technologies that can speed up, science that can speed up, but never to compromise safety. And what has happened, Kingsley Freitas, I want to thank you very much. Because let me tell you this, Doug, and I try my very best to ease the pain inside of me. I'm just like you sometimes. Kingsley Freitas, my best friend, said, Hammy, don't call back this radio station, because you push a hole to the misinformation. I am happy now that Kingsley is my best friend. And he said, Hammy, I know now how you feel. You're trying to help me. He said, if I had to give up the airport, I'll give it up. But think about the amount of young people, lives would be in danger. With, of course, thrombocytopenia, blood clots could be developing. Not one word, as you say, from the Minister of Health, like what we are seeing in America. And say, here you had the Americans now admitting that we have made a mistake. They send workers back. They send back the military to work. They have given them, not only that, compensate them and opportunities to go and do tests to make sure that they could scave off a blood clot. What have we done here? Gonzalez still in court with his ignorance. Doggy, I show you must feel very hot that this man, I used to think, had loved us, is your family, because basically, Mr. Gonzalez, if you really have compassion for the labor people and for Vincentian, what you will do is send them back to work. You will apologize to Doggy the Freitas. You will apologize to the nation, like what they're doing in Australia and other countries. And basically, you would have empathy for us. But you're still with your arrogance, and you're not caring about us. And that is why I love you, You have that audacity, if you want to put it that way, to stand up to your own family to say wrong is wrong and right is right. Love you very much. I'm sorry if people don't like Doggy. You know what it giving me away? My mother said to me, don't do it. She said, don't bother about love and compassion and Doggy the Freitas. And this is what destroys. You have a lady at your radio station, Margaret London. I'm so proud of her. She is passionate, not as much as me, but she is knowledgeable. Keep knowledgeable people on your radio program. Encourage people to speak the truth. They're going to have enemies. They're going to end up in jail with a communistic system. But God would be on this side. I love you very much. I thank you for the way you're handling this matter. I'm not vexed that you took the vaccine. I'm glad that it's not too late that you didn't take the boosters, because what has happened with the boosters? Doctors have warned from the day one, even World Health Organization doctors, that when you take 30 micrograms, that is 60. You put another 30, you're going to damage your immune system. The arrogance and the very carelessness and the very greediness of our leaders have pushed these things. They didn't care about whether you stop a virus. They were concerned about the billions.
Anyway, we have to leave it there. I gotta go.
God bless you. Love you very much.
Stay nice, my brother. All right.
Love you very much, my brother Dougie. God bless you.
Jamming, slamming, back to back. Nice radio. 101.3, 96.7, 90.3 SPG.
I have a caller. Let me just take this caller on WhatsApp. Good morning.
Yes, hello, Dave. Robert
I can't stay, Dave. I
got
gotta go because you gotta participate.
I won't be long.
Yeah.
I want to get a message on
to who? Dave, you still there? Your WhatsApp not it's cut out.
People stop and stare. Look, guys everywhere. Everybody watching me, wondering who you be. trying to figure out